So you like Brazilian funk?
Yeah, I do like Brazilian funk.
It's your third time here in Brazil, right?
It's my third time here.
Where have you been here?
Rio.
Rio.
It's my first time in Sao Paulo.
How do you like it?
I love it.
Great. We love having you here.
I love being here.
So I found out that your real name is Mark.
What the guy? Say something. Someone say something.
No, never heard of it. Didn't hear.
What happened there?
Marco.
Marco
Vincenzo.
And what was your first acting job?
My first acting job, I was 7 years old. And I had a gang in the streets of New York of 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, and 8-year-olds. We were tigres. And I went into this theater, we were vandalizing this theater. And the woman that ran the theater, named Crystal, came out. And she said, if you want to play here, you come here every day at 4 p.m. I'll give you $20 a week.
She paid you.
Learn your lines and do this play called The Dinosaur Door. And that's what I did.
Cool. And then you were a bouncer in New York while you were studying acting?
I was a bouncer for 10 years in New York
10 years?
10 years, yeah.
And did you have lots of fights in
So
the
many
clubs? It's so dangerous, right?
It's very dangerous in New York City. A lot of my friends were killed. A lot of my friends died while we were working. It was very dangerous, but I was able to incorporate that into my acting and into my life experience so that when I did movies, I could have, I added something to the characters because of that experience.
And your first movie that you did, you wrote, produced, directed, acted, anything else, a multifacial?
Yeah, I was also the chef. So I made pasta every day for everybody. That was called multifacial. That went to Cannes in 1995.
I don't know that people know that about you.
I don't think a lot of people know that. I don't think a lot of people know that my career started because I'd been acting since I was a kid. And by the time I was 27, I'd been acting for 20 years. And I didn't get any roles. I wasn't breaking into the industry. And so I decided to become a director. And I directed a film called Multifacial. And then I directed a film called Strays that went to Sundance. But when I directed Multifacial, Steven Spielberg saw the short film. And because he saw the short film, he had the writers write a character for me and Saving Private Ryan. And then the rest was history.
And I heard you saying in another interview that Tom Hanks is your mentor?
Tom Hanks, when I did Saving Private Ryan, was very much a mentor. He told me what it was going to be like to be a movie star. And before that, I didn't know any movie stars. But Tom Hanks was the first one. And God, you're so beautiful. God, she's so beautiful. Am I right or wrong? Look at her. How am I supposed to do this interview? Look at this woman.
Tell me your story.
She's so beautiful.
Yes,
oh, man. Talk to me, baby. Tell me your story. Tell me your story. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go have lunch. Let's have a drink. Let's have a drink. I love this girl. My God, I love her. Look how beautiful she is.
Thank you.
God, wow. Man.
So, Tom Hanks?
Wow. Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, great guy.
He was a great guy. And he kind of told me what it was going to be like to be a movie star. And I always loved Tom Hanks, and I always loved the wisdom that he gave me very early on in the career.
And you guys announced Fast and Furious 10 already, and you were saying like Private Ryan, and then you're like doing a 10th movie of a franchise. Have you ever imagined you would be doing something like that?
Never. When we did the first Fast and Furious, we were over in London and we were releasing the first Fast and Furious back in 2001. And we had already released it in America, and we were going over to Europe to introduce the film to the European audience. And I remember telling the studio at the time, don't make another Fast and Furious. No, we have to make another one. I said, no, don't make another one. I'm not. If Rebel with Other Cars had a sequel, it wouldn't be a classic. Now you guys have a classic. Don't make another one. But they didn't listen to me. They tried to get me to do the second one, and I didn't want to do it. And then
How they convinced you?
they convinced me because they came to me and said, every time we give you a script, then you say no to the sequel. So you produce it, and you work with the writer, and you come up with the future of the Fast franchise as a producer and as a saga visionary. And I said, okay. And then I started working with the writer, and the rest was history.
I found out that you were a nerd like me. You love Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm anything like you because I love you.
But
I'm anything like you because I love you. Guys, really? Look how beautiful she is. You guys think it's a joke. How am I supposed to sit up here when I'm looking at such beauty? Come on.
She's beautiful.
She's so beautiful. I'm in love. Mm-hmm. I'm in love with the interview.
So you play Dungeons and Dragons.
I played Dungeons and Dragons for many years. In fact, Gary Gygax, you know who Gary Gygax is? He's the one that created all the books.
Oh.
He's the one that created Dungeons and Dragons. When he was on his deathbed, because he passed away a few years ago, he wanted me to, he said he wanted me to tell his life story. Which is crazy for anybody that plays Dungeons and Dragons. For Gary Gygax, he said they want you to tell a life story. I played for many years, and in some ways, playing Dungeons and Dragons helped me in telling stories in Hollywood, because you have to think so far in advance. So with Hollywood, with even Fast and Furious, I could think 3 movies in advance. And a lot of that was because of my experience playing Dungeons and Dragons and having to think about a campaign so far ahead. You really become a master of creating worlds. And I owe a lot to Dungeons and Dragons.
Cool. And now you're back with Sandra Cage. It's like 14 years since the first movie. Whose idea was that to come back with this franchise?
His idea! It took me 7 years to decide to make another Fast, and to decide to make another Triple X. It took me 7 years to decide to return, and then it took me another 7 years to make it a reality. Because Furious 7, Fast and Furious 7 was so hard, because I obviously lost my brother Pablo. I needed to do a movie where I could laugh again. I needed to do a movie where I could smile again. I needed to do a movie where I could just have fun. And that's what Triple X is. Triple X is a movie that brings fun back into the theater. You know, in the 80s and 90s, there were movies that you could go to that were just fun. But lately, there hasn't been a whole lot of movies where you could just have fun. And I needed it for my life. And now, because I needed it for my life and I did the movie, now the world's going to be able to have fun with this movie, Triple X.
Great. And I don't know if you know that, but while I was doing my research, I found out that people love to put hair on you.
Why?
Like...
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God.
I was wondering which one would would you like? This is a Trump one.
Look at the
Have
Trump
the
one.
Mary
Oh God, that's
Zoolander.
Oh, come on. That's so funny.
Sparrow. You
I
haven't
like
seen
Sparrow. I like Sparrow.
this? Black Widow.
Oh God, why me?
I put Vin Diesel on Google and that came
That's
up.
so funny. I
So
like. Can I
crazy.
see it?
Yeah.
Ba 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 ba. Look how funny this is, man.
Which one do you like best?
I like this one the best.
And the last thing I wanted, I saw you speaking I am Groot in so many languages, but I don't know if you ever said it in Portuguese. So I brought you.
I did say it, but
Did you? Eu sou o Groot.
it's so good.
Eu sou o Groot. Eu.
Man, she's so fucking sexy. It's not, I can't do this interview. Look at her.
Eu sou o Groot.
Say, you gonna say this?
She's
Nice.
yeah.
What's wrong? Am I the only one that's saying it? Look at her. She's so fucking beautiful. It's like you can't even do an interview with her because she's just like da 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 da. Right or wrong? Oh my God! Man, someone saved me. When did this turn into a beautiful world? When did this turn into the most gorgeous girl in Brazil? When did this turn into I love you?
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I said again.
Eu sou o Groot.